Charles Bronson, born Charles Dennis Buchinski on November 3, 1921, in the coal mining town of Ahrenfeld, Pennsylvania, rose from the hardships of a large immigrant family to become one of Hollywood's most iconic tough guys, yet he rarely spoke of his peers, until late in life when he finally broke his silence on James Garner. The 11th of 15 children born to Lithuanian immigrants, Bronson grew up facing deprivation and responsibility early, working in the coal mines after his father's death, which forged the stoicism, resilience, and formidable physique that would later define his screen persona. Serving as an aerial gunner in World War II, he flew 25 combat missions and earned a Purple Heart, demonstrating the courage and endurance that mirrored his later career. Using the GI Bill, Bronson discovered a passion for art and theater, changed his surname to avoid anti-communist blacklisting, and began pursuing acting roles in Hollywood, initially appearing in minor, uncredited parts before gradually gaining recognition for his intense gaze, chiseled features, and commanding presence. By the 1950s, he was playing tough soldiers, outlaws, and men of few words in films like House of Wax, 1953, and Veracruz, 1954, achieving his breakout in Machine Gun Kelly, 1958, as a ruthless yet vulnerable gangster. The 1960s elevated him to international stardom with ensemble classics like The Magnificent Seven, 1960, and The Great Escape, 1963, and in Europe, particularly France and Italy, he became celebrated as a symbol of working-class masculinity. His hauntingly silent, vengeful performance in Sergio Leone's Once Upon a Time in the West, 1968, cemented his legacy, while the 1970s brought superstardom with films like The Mechanic, 1972, Hard Times, 1975, and the culturally defining Death Wish, 1974, in which he portrayed Paul Kersey, a vigilante confronting rising urban crime. A role that resonated worldwide and spawned sequels exploring justice and vengeance. Off-screen, Bronson was intensely private, loyal, and devoted to family, sharing a powerful partnership with British actress Jill Ireland until her death in 1990, while enjoying painting, carpentry, and life at his Malibu ranch. He continued acting into the 1980s and early 1990s in films like 10 to Midnight, 1983, and The Evil That Men Do, 1984, before retiring in the late 1990s as his health declined. Bronson was famously reserved, yet when asked about fellow actor James Garner, he offered rare praise, calling him a real actor who didn't have to play tough, admired for his authenticity, integrity, and natural presence, noting Garner's military background, easy charm, and ability to blend humor with heroism, which earned Bronson's deep respect. He emphasized that Garner's sincerity set him apart in Hollywood, a place full of pretense, and reflected a mutual recognition of men forged by real-life hardship, two different styles, yet united by honesty and resilience. Charles Bronson passed away on August 30, 2003, at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles at 81, after a battle with lung cancer, COPD, and heart disease, leaving behind a vast film legacy and a life defined by integrity, strength, and humility. He was laid to rest in Brownsville Cemetery in West Windsor, Vermont, a modest marker in the serene countryside reflecting a man who valued simplicity and privacy above fame, forever remembered as one of cinema's most stoic, enduring, and authentic icons.